Okay, so Mr. Grosskopf,
All right.
I'm going to ask some questions about the past, present, and future of Helloween. First of all,
All right.
Helloween is one of the biggest names in power metal, if not the creators of the genre. Did you imagine back in the 80s that Helloween would have such an impact on the musical universe?
Sorry, can you speak a little slowly?
Yeah, first of all, Helloween is one of the biggest names in power metal,
Yeah.
if not the creators of the genre. Did you imagine back in the 80s that Helloween would have such an impact on the musical universe?
All right. Well, we were thinking of doing something everlasting always. If we
Yeah.
were trying to do some music, some tracks, we were always thinking about those songs are gonna last forever. So we got to give it all the best we can, you know. You never know when you start off what it will be like. Maybe in 2 or 3 or 10 years you'll be gone. You'll be dead and gone and nobody gives a fucking fart about you. But then well, making the right choice for the songs, making the right choice for the tracks, and you know, it's you can never tell what happened when you start something like this, you know. But that's the thing I'm really thankful, you know, that we are still there after 40 years, still being able to do what we are
Yeah.
doing, what we do like doing the best. You know, I kind of like that. I'm kind of proud of it. Still being one of a kind, still being around.
Yeah, this is
I
true.
like that.
You are one of a kind. So, how did you select to play the bass? Which were your influences, and in which way do you build a Halloween composition in the bass?
It's like I when I was listening when I was the time I was not playing the bass before I started playing the bass. I was listening to music and I always felt the bass. I always heard the bass in the songs. And it was to me a big part of the song to have that deepness. It gives the song its deepness, its fundamental kind of bottom, you know, with the drums. And I could feel the bass. I could hear the bass. I was just like really into it when I was listening to music. So I had the chance to touch a bass one day because the punk band needed a bass player. I
Yeah.
said, well, I fucking do it, you know. I have if they don't want me, if it's not working, I can always go home. But then we kind of got together, and the first couple of notes was easy for me. Somehow I felt really good with it. So that was the bass guitar was the first choice I did. At that time, I was listening to XTC, Sex Pistols, and Ramones, and all that stuff. Later on, I became a big fan of AC/DC, Ted Nugent, Scorpions, Black Sabbath,
Oh, Scorpions, great
Iron
band.
Maiden, Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, Led Zeppelin, the Beatles, everything. You know, it's like Geezer Butler was a big influence of mine, and of course Steve Harris and Billy Sheehan and all those people are really are a really big influence of mine. And people like this, you know, especially Geezer Butler playing this very hardish, macho type of bass with Black Sabbath and all that kind of stuff. But then on the other hand, AC/DC, Cliff Williams did a great job with AC/DC playing not too much notes, but playing right on the track. Also, that kind of inspires me, just giving the song what it needs, you know. Also, Judas Priest is just like the bass guitar goes straight ahead and supporting the song. And I was kind of influenced by all of that, trying to give Halloween song give a real interesting kind of input without doing too much, but then still doing some shebang here and there to make it a little bit more outstanding from the others. We wanted to create a Halloween sound, and that's a little part of it, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Nice. And I saw Scorpions at the 60th anniversary in Hanover.
Sorry?
I saw Scorpions, one of your influences, now on the 60th anniversary in
The
Hanover.
40th.
So, yeah.
About Halloween's anniversary?
Scorpions anniversary. It was
Oh,
the
Scorpions.
Eclipse.
Yes, yes.
Now it's your
Yeah.
focus.
Well,
The
as far
focus.
as I can remember, they years and years ago they had their last concert, right?
And
But
now
they
it's your,
never going to die, you know. I can remember. I appreciate this band very much because one of my first rock records after being a punk was like the Tokyo live recording Tokyo
oh,
tapes from the
really
Scorpions.
nice.
I remember, you know, and
Yeah,
it's good old memories, and I really like the band a lot, you know.
yeah,
It's that's what music it's supposed to be, a big memory, a big emotion. If you think about, if I think about Scorpions, I think about the Tokyo tapes, and they had loads of great records after this, but this was my first record from the Scorpions, and it gives me still good feelings thinking about it, remembering how I bought this and how I like this. You know, this is music. It's
yeah,
a big emotion and it's a big memory, and it's other songs reminding you of a love that lost that got lost, or of a love coming into your life, or of a big party
yeah.
situation, having a good time. It's all in the music. It's all in the music. It's all big emotions and feelings, you know.
Nice, nice. And now it's your 40th anniversary of Halloween.
It
So
is. It is. Yeah.
Halloween,
If
realize
if if we can make even more 20 years, I will be thankful. I'm thanking God right now, you know.
it would be great.
for, yeah, for what I'm doing. It's kind of privileged being able to do this, being
Yeah,
able making a living out of music, out of what you like the best, the most, you know. Not
yeah.
everybody is able to do this. I
So
know so many people that they would like to do so,
yeah,
but they never reached that level, you know.
yeah. As of this, what's your opinion about the streaming platforms and the difficulties of being a heavy metal musician of this high level?
No, again, please, a bit
Yeah,
more slowly.
what's your opinion about streaming platforms and the difficulties of being a heavy metal musician of this high level,
Uh, you mean platforms
like Spotify and
well, it's a different way of marketing nowadays, and I cannot really understand why the musicians are not really earning what they are supposed to earn from it, you know. I don't see the marketing point of it. Somebody's making money, but then it's a modern way of working, and it's a modern way of marketing. Either you do it and play the game and having success, or you don't do it, then you're lost
yeah,
somehow, and people will not get to know you, you know, whatsoever, you know. I have my account, but then it's what I bought. What I'm getting from it is like when I started off listening to music, I bought vinyl, and then being on tour with Helloween, I bought a loads of stuff with what I would like to hear on tour. I bought cassettes when the first Walkman came out because you're not taking vinyl and the record player on tour, but listening to music on the bus in your bunk when you're on tour. The cassette, the cassette, the little cassette player gave you the
yeah,
chance to listen to it. Then the CD came, and I had my records. I bought like this record on vinyl, and then I had the same records on
on
uh,
CD.
on yeah, on cassette even, and I bought it on CD later on
Yeah.
because it was even more practical. So if I'm loading down a record or a CD that I have always three times, you know, it's not kind of stoled,
Yeah,
stolen, but I have my collection that I have
nice,
already at home on three different, you know, versions.
nice, nice.
but
So
but I can see, but when people growing up with it, they start with it. They never bought a CD. They never bought a
mm,
cassette. They're just loading it down. You know, it's something different.
yeah,
But hey, this is how the world is, how the scene is working. This is, and you cannot stop it. You can go out complaining about it and being angry, or you live with it and having success as a band. You know,
yeah,
what can you do?
you're true in this. So another question. Halloween relies heavily in melody, something which is great, although the metal scene is flooded more and more with bands that are not melodic. do you believe that traditional metal will be on the forefront again in the future?
I don't know. Everywhere we go, people seem to like it. The shows
Yeah.
are getting bigger and bigger, so they kind of, it's very, we have very, very young people coming to our shows.
Yeah.
It's like the father coming with their kids, the parents coming with their kids already. And they start listening to music and they start listening to hard, very, very hard, thrash whatsoever music. But they see Helloween is still there, and Helloween is a traditional metal, speed metal, rock band, heavy band, power metal band,
Wow.
and they seem to like it. They always conquer new horizons. They find Halloween and they go back in time. They find the Keeper albums. They find different albums and they go back in time. It's just like a journey through music. They go through, and that's good. That's good that they have like different kinds of music all around.
Okay, nice.
It's big because listening to music is a journey. When you're young, that's what I did. You have a band, for example, Black Sabbath or the Scorpions or whatsoever. You go back in time, trying to find out what was their influence, what was the music they've been influenced by, and that is kind of interesting rock and roll journey. I did that, and I'm ending up listening to Chuck Berry and Elvis Presley,
Elvis, I love Elvis.
because that's where it all kind of came from. And listening to the blues and all that, I mean, it all came from like somewhere, and it's interesting to find out where it all came from. You're actually ending up with the Beatles, with Chuck Berry and all that stuff.
Elvis Presley, the king. Uh,
Hmm.
so, as we speak about the future, I'm anticipating as crazy your next album, which also has the quite interesting title Giants and Monsters. I'm a huge fan of yours. Tell us some things about the musical direction of the new album.
I know we didn't have a direction. We never talked about we're gonna make this album in a certain direction. The music, the ideas is coming, the inspiration is coming from everywhere. It's hard sitting down saying we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. In the next moment, a totally different idea is jumping into your head, right?
Yeah.
And then your idea you talked about is gone. But then at least you have a lot of songs. You got to put it in a context on a record. And it's all those songs are giants, and we are all giants. And the idea is also like we gotta, you're all of us, each individual is a giant, being here on Earth. But then you got your monsters even inside of you, and you got to fight them. It can be a fear or a bad feeling. You got to fight it to feel better, to make your life better. And then also there's like some monsters you got to fight coming from the outside. And fighting all those monsters, you get a little bit bigger each time. So you end up as a giant. We're all going to be giants.
Yeah, nice idea. Nice idea. So I also heard the single This is Tokyo, and I like it very much. I think it combines glam metal vibes with power metal, a super combination just like the one you did with Best Time on the previous album. Will there be any other songs in this style in the album?
Yeah, there will be a couple of more tracks, one or two in this kind of thing, because we all know how Andy's writing goes. He's great at writing like popular kind of
Yeah.
metal, hard rock type-ish pop approach songs, still being Halloween. And we just kind of like that kind of rock stuff. If we do like it, why not releasing it?
Yeah.
Because you got to do something that satisfies you to satisfy other people. You cannot construct something for the people. You just got to do what you feel like you're in love
Yeah.
with. And that's the aim. And then hoping other people will like it. If they don't, well, then you always can say, but this is what I do like. This is what I'm
Yeah.
doing. That's what we are standing for.
Nice. What's your opinion about the power metal scene nowadays? The other
Um,
ones.
there's a lot of bands coming out. I mean, for years and years, it's coming, and they do different styles. which is kind of cool. They have influence, but they kind of develop their own style, like the band we're going on tour with. It's like what are they called? The
Beast in Black.
Beast in Black is kind of very. They have kind of disco
Yeah.
drum vibe going on, doing very melodic metal above it. It's kind of very cool, you know. Why not? I mean, if they have different ideas with music, why not doing it? It's only working, and they seem to sound like very authentical, and that's why we take them on tour, because we think it's kind of cool stuff they're doing. And why not making a package that is functioning? They kind of melodic, but they're very different from what Helloween is doing, but they have their own style, and we kind of like this. And this is going on with a lot of bands nowadays. They try to find their own style, probably being inspired by Helloween, of course, on different bands. But it's a good idea to even find your own style in music, to find your own authentic kind of writing songs or whatsoever, you know.
Indeed. And I think all of them has Helloween as the main influence. So
well, why not inviting them to a tour for a tour then?
The decision to play as Helloween United is, to me, one of the greatest in the history of metal, because I was always thinking why the big bands keep the old grudges and not reunite in order for the fans to see the best of them and also to gain again big success. You did this in the best way. How this was implemented? How did you decide to do Helloween United?
Well, that was like it was not a plan from coming from one second to the other. The idea was just like Michael was playing with Kai anyway.
Yeah.
And we saw Michael. This idea was growing very, very slowly, actually. The idea was there, but we didn't know how to deal with it, because there was like scars from, of course, there was scars from the past. We had to wipe out those we were talking about, because we saw each other on our tour was leading us through all those festivals. There was Avantasia. Mikey was there, and we talked a little, and we found out there's no big harm anymore. There was like a lot of, oh, sorry for this, but I don't have like any bad feelings anymore. And then we thought this guy is cool enough, and we were cool enough to think about a reunion. You know, it was not like a plan from one second to the next second. It needed a bit of preparation, and needed a bit of talking about old times and about what old feelings. We had to get them out of the way, and then the idea was born. You know, everybody was ready for it, but we just found it a bad idea to fire two people like Andy and Sasha, just because firing two very, very talented, good people, just to get two very, very talented, good people in. That was kind of not logical.
Yeah.
So we thought, why not making a big circus, a big Halloween circus, leaving them in, just adding the two more guys into the band and having a big fucking Halloween circus. And it was working, you know. That was the best idea ever.
It was the best idea ever, indeed. I have seen you live in Sofia with Hammerfall.
It's like the connection from the past and the future. It combines it all. I like that.
It was great, and I saw you live with Helloween United in Sofia with Hammerfall
in
2022.
Nice.
It was an awesome show.
I like it a lot.
Yeah. So, with which artist do you want to tour? And is there any artist of a different genre with which you wanted to make a song or make a cover?
I don't know. I could imagine touring with Judas Priest or something, or the Scorpions or whatsoever, because we did it already on festivals, and it was nice. We did shows with Deep Purple. It's cool on a festival. Hey, this is all nice. Doing a song with Deep Purple, Scorpions, or Judas Priest would be great, you know?
Yeah.
Because it kind of, I think it would kind of match.
Yeah, indeed. Helloween with Scorpions would be great.
Yeah, why not? Two German killer bands on a killer track together. Then and the great thing about it, you would have like 4 singers on that song.
Yeah, indeed. Klaus,
If you
Andy,
include Kai
Michael, and Kai.
and Michael, Andy, and you have like Klaus Meine, or Rob Halford, whatsoever, you have like 4 singers on the track.
Indeed. So, what is your favorite Helloween song?
Oh, I don't know. It varies from day to day. Maybe
Oh,
Eagles Fly Free.
I like this very
I
much.
can't remember, but this is definitely one of my favorites.
Yeah. The favorite that you want to play live, is there anyone that you want to play live?
Sorry?
Which is your favorite to play live on the bass?
It's maybe Eagles, something like this. I don't know.
Okay. Thank you.
I play that song for a long time, and I just don't
Nice.
need to look at it.
Nice.
It just when you wake me up in the middle of the night, it's there.
So, lastly, as I told you before, I have seen you live and you ruled the stage. Do you plan to come to Greece again in the future?
I don't know what the plan is. I think so. I don't have all that dates in my head, but why not, you know? I think it's on the list.
Oh, really?
All right. Hopefully, yeah. Why not?
So, thank you very much for your precious time.
All
All the
right.
best for your next masterpiece album.
Thank you very much. Been my pleasure.
My pleasure. Thank you.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Cheers.